Another day, another adventure. Today we are driving to San Francisco to Golden Gate Park to go to the DeYoung Museum of Fine Art, and we thought we would bring you all along on our trip with us. Kid-free, because my mom and dad are in town, and we are getting ready to go on the Bay Bridge to head into the city as we leave Oakland on I-80, and they took away the cash toll booths. All those people lost their jobs, and now it's just scans your license plate, which has greatly alleviated the influx of traffic into the city. Now you just kind of slow down and go through the formal toll plaza, which you'll see right here up ahead. And this span of the Bay Bridge has recently, within the last 10 years, been redone. They took away the old span, and they built this brand new span all the way over to Treasure Island. But then the original span is from Treasure Island over to San Francisco. So it is 11:27 on May the 29th, Monday, Memorial Day, 2023. And it is $7 to go through.
And thank you to all our military and veterans. And we remember those who were bravely killed in action in the military country. For our freedom. Thank you, Lord, for our freedom.
So here we are, just waiting our turn to go onto the bridge. We have some stoplights here to kind of regulate the flow of traffic. And maybe this isn't exciting. Maybe it is, because you're not from around here and you just want to see someone driving over the Bay Bridge in real time.
You never know. It's like you're here with us in this Prius, experiencing our day trip.
And interestingly enough, this is where my channel really started to get exciting. This very Prius was my most watched content to this day out of any videos I have posted. This one has thousands of views. People are desperate for information on the Generation 2 Prius. And here we are in the 2008 Prius with 241,637 miles, going back to the city in which its hybrid battery was replaced a year ago last February.
Oh yeah, driving all the way over here to
the luscious garage.
Yeah, that was
San Francisco.
A bit nerve-wracking driving in the San Francisco traffic with all my kids to come help you.
You're not familiar with those one-way streets.
I'm not. But we made it. So here we are, almost about to go through.
We're hoping the horror stories of people breaking into your car while you're stopped in traffic are not true, or that people break into your car wherever it may be parked. But we are going over to the west side of the city. Like I said, we're going to Golden Gate Park, to the DeYoung Museum of Fine Art, where maybe I will be bashful enough or not to bring my camera inside and video, because I get embarrassed when there's lots of people around.
You mean maybe you will not be bashful?
I don't know. I get embarrassed when there's people around, and you're drawing attention to yourself using a 25-year-old videotape camcorder, and I don't like that, believe it or not, which is surprising.
It is surprising, because usually you're a person who likes to document things no matter who's around.
That's why my fast food videos are in the front seat of my car, because there's no one around, and that's why I broadcast all my movie reviews from my video bunker in my house. I don't really go out and about in video.
I say forget it. You only live once. Let them look. They're just jealous.
I don't know what there is to be jealous about. A YouTube channel with less than 400 followers is nothing to be jealous about.
No, they're jealous of the video 8.
Yeah,
some good vibes with this camera. All right, I gotta show this view as well.
There's the bay of the so-called Bay Area.
Is that? Oh yeah. Okay. Now, for those of you who are not from around here, you know why it's called the Bay Area. And fun fact, not super relevant, but my uncle, when he was little, thought everyone was calling this area the bear area, and asked why that was called that and if there were lots of bears over here.
Was he afraid to come to San Francisco?
The bear area. I mean, he probably was.
Interesting.
I don't think there's a lot of bears over here. It's a very
metropolitan area.
Yeah, it's very built up, and it's also not a forest. It's near water. Near the bay.
Yes.
Not near a river. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. I digress. It's a beautiful day.
It is. It's 64 degrees, cloudy.
And I'm kind of concerned for
Light
Corey,
traffic.
though, because he didn't bring a jacket, and I forgot to be a good wife and bring him his jacket anyway.
You don't need to be responsible for my coat.
Oh, usually I try to be. All right, so now we're coming up on this
You were coming up
The
on
rest of the bridge here.
Yerba Buena Island.
Treasure Island.
/ Yerba Buena Island.
Okay, you can see the architecture here of this bridge.
The cables.
It's pretty good. I try not to think like too much about what's happening as we
Drive
journey
over
over the water here. Just kind of say a prayer real quick.
That frightens you.
Well, as a kid, my mom used to kind of make a big deal, and because she had some trauma about it, so it wasn't her fault, but she would kind of make a big deal as soon as we started going over a bridge and kind of like hold her breath and close her eyes. So I kind of remember that, but that stemmed from a fear of when she was little. She was made to stand on this bridge where the water was rushing underneath her and hold hands with her brothers, and it was all for a photo op. So ladies and gentlemen, watch out for what you make your kids do when they're little. That's going to stay with them forever, so just so you know.
Interesting fact, this island used to be a big naval installation, and now that's all gone, and they're developing it for residential. Very expensive. You can see those new condos.
Oh gosh,
And you
okay.
see ownwdi.com. Okay,
Alright,
we're going through the tunnel.
Okay.
Now we got to turn our GPS on if I don't know how to get to where we're going from here. I knew how to get to this point, but I don't know how to get through the city.
Are you serious right now?
I'm not a map book.
Okay.
I'm not a Thomas guy.
I'm kidding. I don't care if
I don't know where the maps are in your phone.
You don't?
No, I can't do it.
Okay. Okay, so alright, got the Young Museum here. I gotta use my old and my new technology at the same time. Let's see if this works. And drive. It's loading. Go.
Starting route to De Young Museum.
Alrighty. We've
In 3
got.
miles, take exit 1B toward Golden Gate Bridge and US 101 North.
Does anyone remember Google, or it wasn't Google Maps, was it? Was Yahoo Maps, or was it Google Maps too?
MapQuest. I remember
MapQuest.
MapQuest.
That you had to print off like 10 pages of maps to show where
Turn-by-turn
you were
directions.
going. And then, does anyone remember the TomTom? That little directional
GPS that you put on
GPS?
your...
Yeah. Oh dear. We're dropping phones here, ladies and gentlemen. There's nowhere to put it. There we go. Okay.
Get the video of the cityscape over there on our right.
Okay, yeah, let's do this. Dropping the ball here. Hi. Can you imagine living over there?
In Marin County.
Huh. What tower am I looking at over here, Corey?
White Tower.
That's Coit Tower. Okay, I thought it was, but I didn't have the confidence to say it, just in case I was wrong. And we have been to Coit Tower on another one of our
In 2
kid-free
miles,
adventures.
take exit 1B toward Golden Gate Bridge and US 101 North.
Or maybe we had one kid with us, I can't recall.
We could save the tape from here on out. We'll cut back at another point. Unless you want to
Alrighty.
keep rolling, I don't care.
I like all these tall buildings here.
Something we don't see every day in the lowly Central Valley where we live.
skyscrapers. Yeah. I'm okay with having to visit and then just go back to the valley. It's more peaceful vibes out there.
Yeah, this has been a 2-hour drive from where we live in Stanislaus County over here to San Francisco. My parents are gracious enough to watch the kids for us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, in-laws.
Thank you, Mother and Father.
Stay in the
Alrighty,
right 3
we will
lanes.
catch you in a couple minutes. Well, it'll feel like no time has passed for you.
Because we'll just turn it off and turn it back on, but it'll be minutes for us.
Alrighty, we'll see you then. Okay, this is pretty dang good, so I couldn't not video this
We're
right here.
on the 101 North now, heading over to, oh, there's Costco. And Best Buy.
Alrighty.
I don't know.
Look at how foggy it is.
It's that marine layer.
This is what I kind of wanted to show. Look at all the billboards. You're in the big city now.
It says we're getting off here on Octavia Boulevard.
Okay. Would you ever want to live over here kind of packed in with everybody like sardines?
I don't know. It'd be a different experience for sure.
Use the left two
I
lanes
prefer
to
the
continue
country
onto
area
Octavia
where we
Boulevard.
live, but I don't mind coming over here to see what I need to see and then going home.
Yeah.
It's just too crowded to live in a major metro area like this.
Yeah, look how packed in all the housing is. Okay, you can't really
It's a
see
totally
the...
different experience, though. I'm sure people that live here love it.
Oh, yeah.
Although I don't know how anyone affords to live here. It's very expensive to live in San Francisco.
Well, maybe if you work in the tech, or you said Pixar is over here.
No,
right?
that was
Or-
in Emeryville.
Oh,
That's
that-
on the other side over by Oakland.
Right, we passed that already,
I don't know.
but maybe if you commute from working over there and you live over in this area, I don't know.
Murals.
I love murals.
Murals by Peter Collins and
Butterflies.
Gary Graham.
Thinking of my friend Courtney. Courtney loves butterflies. If you ever tune in, Courtney, to this riveting content here.
Okay.
All right, we'll be
We'll
back.
come back later.
We'll be back. Wait, okay.
We are here on the streets of San Francisco, which is also a 1970s detective show with Michael Douglas and Carl Malden, interestingly enough. Most of these, I believe, are called Italiante-style houses, where you got the garage on the first floor and then you live up above. We're about 2.5 miles from our destination, and people are driving like morons and get very aggravated here in the city. We won't get into that. People are jerks in San Francisco from what I've experienced. That's just my...
Well, there's bad drivers even in our area.
That's true.
Surprisingly. On the country roads, people get very hostile and they zoom around you. Sometimes they run you off the road.
We're experiencing the hills of San Francisco.
Very steep. On a family...
I've driven here with a manual transmission car before.
That was
Me and my
not
buddy
fun.
Vince in 2009. Huge shout out to Vince when we were driving our friend Tasha's Chevy Aveo hatchback with no AC. And
Oh my.
you can smell that clutch plate from a block away on these steep hills.
And these houses
Alamo Square Historic District. Look at those
are
sweet
really cool.
Victorians turrets, honey.
I know, I love it.
Look at this brick building.
Oh my. Very
See,
steep.
that's why I like the San Francisco tours, just to walk around, because there's just so much architecture. I just love the historic buildings and the
In
homes.
1 mile,
It just
turn
is so
right onto
cool to me.
Schrader Street.
I could do a historic walking tour for hours, and I have walked on foot for hours through the city of San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh,
It's a very walkable city.
Scott Street. Shout out to Scott, our friend.
I'm stuck because of these people are going in the crosswalk, and I just want to go straight.
Yep.
Murals.
Oh, I love the murals. Oh man, that was awesome.
We're almost to the Golden Gate Park up ahead.
Oops.
We can cut back at a later time. Hey, look, a gas station. I didn't know such things exist in the city anymore. $4.49 a gallon.
Well, you've got to get gas
That's
at some
comparable
point.
to what we're paying over where we're at.
Oh, here's
actually.
another cool looking mural.
Interesting.
And loving memory.
There's a lot of culture in San Francisco.
Yeah. It would be neat to live in one of these historic houses.
I wonder if there's a sense of community with your neighbors when you live in such a crowded area like this.
Maybe if you've
Look at that
lived,
guy's mullet!
if you've lived there your whole life. Zooming in on some stranger
And their mullet.
in the city who doesn't know they're going to be on YouTube soon.
Alright.
Alrighty.
We'll see you in a little bit, folks.
Okay. Some more pretty
Red light camera
I
ahead.
don't know
historic homes.
I don't know what this park to the left is called, but it's not... It might be a park. I think this is the entrance to Golden Gate Park, actually.
Okay.
I think it's bigger than Central Park in Manhattan.
Is it really?
Yeah, so USF is to the right, and UCSF is straight ahead. Look, honey, Masonic Street. Your
Oof.
favorite.
Okay. I'll keep
My wife is
I'll-
believing in the
I'll-
conspiracies
well-
of the Masonic Freemasons controlling everything.
Well,
To be
now that
determined.
you're probably going to get this taken down now that you
I shouldn't
maybe
have mentioned that. I don't
pointed
want to
that
upset
out.
them.
Don't upset the powers that be. But I will say, you know, some theories are, people believe that because, you know, it's actually true. So you never know. Look into it if you dare.
Go
Watch out.
past this light.
Kinda sticking out.
Then at the next one, turn right.
Okay, you can cut the tape now. I think people are going to get bored of our aimless driving commentary.
Are they? They're not from around here, so this is very fascinating.
I think the only people that are
Turn right
watching
onto
are people
Schrager
that we
Street.
know, to be
Then
honest.
turn left onto
Oh,
Fulton
come
Street.
on. You know Vladimir in Russia is...
Why do you always say some guy in Vladimir or in Russia or
Last time I said
Yugoslavia?
Carl, so I had to change
Okay,
it up.
that sounds more appropriate.
Okay, all right. Not everyone in Russia is named Vladimir. I guess I don't
Look
know.
at church
I guess I
towers.
don't know a lot of Russian names. I'm sorry, but if you're in Russia and you're watching, just let us know. Give us a shout out.
Some guy watched my very first video in Russia and he commented.
That's why. Okay,
I think my very
that's
first
why that was
video.
in my head.
Very first video was me eating a Foster Freeze hamburger.
And he said, "Why am I in Russia watching you eat at 3 in the morning?" Why, indeed.
Well, you got to pass the time, and people don't read anymore. I don't know. People still read, I'm sure.
People read.
Look at the overhead wires for the electric buses. Look at that church. You didn't even look.
I did look.
In 3/4 of
I
a
saw the
mile,
wires
turn
and I saw the
left onto
church.
Timber
Okay,
Road.
now we're
I'm gonna
getting-
hire another cameraman.
Now we're getting the fog.
Look, there's an electrically powered bus.
I'm deeply offended. My camera work is probably subpar at best, but I'm trying.
Well, this camera isn't great either. And I sent a video
it's
to your mom and
vintage.
dad yesterday, and they said that the quality of the video was unwatchable and they couldn't watch it.
Was it me videoing or was
No,
it you?
that they were talking about because of it's a videotape instead of digital.
Oh.
But I have no room to record a document this big on
Come
my...
on, guys.
I don't-
Don't be spoiled. This is vintage viewing here.
Look at those
This is
cool
a quality
entrance
vintage
posts to the
instrument.
park. Do you see them?
I see him right there. Very lovely. Alrighty.
There's some local gentleman out walking his little dog.
Why not? Okay, I couldn't get him.
People are getting uncomfortable because we're just videoing strangers.
I could barely
We're
see
rolling
him
tape here.
because we were moving.
I don't know what the parking situation is like here. No parking 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
You're nervous about the parking, aren't you?
I don't want to get towed, and I don't want to have to pay an arm and a leg. But I do see people just parking and walking, so we might just have to park.
I see a lot more people when you're in the city. Everyone seems to be on foot a lot more than where we are.
Although San Francisco is a drivable city, though. It is drivable.
It's much more drivable than, say, New York. I definitely know that for
I
sure.
see the DeYoung Museum. Okay, let's cut the tape here until we find a place to park. I'm getting severe anxiety, people.
Don't have anxiety. Just
I
you'll be-
hate parking in metropolitan areas.
Well, it's a holiday and people aren't really out and about.
Yes,
as
they are.
much,
They're out
so-
in full force because everybody has the day off.
Well, on the freeway they weren't out in full
That's
force.
very true.
So
Hopefully there's no traffic on the way
just
home.
have hope. We'll find something. All right, guys. We'll see you in a minute.
There's you being a tourist as we're here at the DeYoung Museum with the visiting Ansel Adams in our time. So here we are at the DeYoung Museum. They got a cool atrium. We're going down the stairs to the Ansel Adams exhibit. See you then. Here we are. We're museuming. And I'm getting bashful on camera as we're going up into the main level.
Are you gonna tell them where we just went?
We went to the Ansel Adams. Oh, these are Ed Ruscha, I think. Alright. We'll see you in a little bit.
Is it or is it Ed Hopper?
Scenic views of the DeYoung Museum of Fine Art. Here we are at the exterior of the DeYoung Museum, located in Golden Gate Park. Beautiful scenery, and that is a TV antenna from back in the 60s, I believe, to help reception. There it is, the De Young Museum. Pan back around. And there you go. And we're here in an exterior sculpture garden. I'm trying to fill up a 2-hour tape here, folks. And I just paid $37 for a sandwich and potato salad and a Coke at their cafeteria. Riveting. Okay, enough greenery. It is beautiful scenery though. Once again. We're in the main level here.
There's another museum store there.
We're going into the main Art of the Americas, and I believe those are Ed Ruscha paintings. We'll find out. But probably not, because I'm getting bashful filming in a public place. I know my art was Ed Ruscha. 1983 and 2005. I was right, it is Ed Ruscha.
Oh, you were, huh?
Mm-hmm. He painted it between 1983 and 2005, and so this is contemporary art.
Well, you're good. Abstraction.
Eric L. Jones, if you're watching, give me a shout out. How do you feel about this abstract art?
Some of them do speak to me.
The video's not allowed on the pictures.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Before they yell at me for videotaping. I need that.
Yep. Do you see him laying on that bed?
Yeah, I see. And so now we leave the De Young Museum, which was not flexible with using videotape
Whoops.
photography, but you could photograph for some reason. So this is the courtyard for the entrance. If you're not coming through the parking structure, there's an observation tower, which I don't know how to get to.
In all different kinds of languages right there, the word welcome.
I saw that.
Yeah, we saw that.
All right, let's go back out. We're now venturing outside into Golden Gate Park, which I ventured to earlier. There's a Ferris wheel.
Would you ride that thing?
No, not for the price that they want to charge.
It looks very high.
All right, we'll cut back later. Okay, we're here at the exterior.
Lily pads just like Monet's paintings.
And here we are in the exterior of the museum, which does not allow any type of videography, including 8mm videotape.
Sorry.
I'm sorry about that. The Garden of Enchantment, right outside the De Young Museum. And this is the other entrance. It's very rusty on the outside. I know that's kind of obvious, but I think that's what they were going for. Actually, it's not really a rust. It's more of like a bronzish. I don't know. I'm wondering what that thing is.
It's
It looks
black.
like that thing in Star Wars where the... I don't even know what I'm talking about.
You saying it looks like a big
A New
alien
Hope.
starship?
It looks alien. People that are watching this are really losing brain cells. But I do love the landscaping
And the pretty flowers.
and the slate. We're wrapping it up here, and then my wife keeps finding sculptures on the exterior grounds. What do they call this fenced off sculpture over here? They call that an irrigation system.
Wow.
That's not a sculpture.
Come see this caveman sculpture. That's something you're supposed to be videoing.
Caveman, 1910, in bronze. Do not touch, it says. All right. I'm getting unsubscription from that. The beautiful surroundings of the park.
Look, you can frolic in these wildflowers all day if you want
And
and
you
write
can
poetry.
video outside, and someone's like, I'm not going to come over and tell you to stop videoing.
Or that you're standing too close to something.
You got yelled for getting more than 18 inches away
I
from
did.
the painting.
We both got in trouble.
We did.
But it was kind of fun.
And it was $64 to go and see the extra exhibit of Ansel Adams.
It was a belated birthday gift. We'll just say that.
Okay. All right. I think we've had enough fun here today.
Pirate.
Untitled. Look at that peg leg.
Wow, it's a real
And he's
pirate.
got a parrot on both shoulders, and you know I love my parrots.
Oh my gosh.
He's got
now
2 eye patches and 2 peg legs.
Whoa.
I just realized that.
And 2 swords. And 2 hooks for hands.
All right.
Wow.
I've seen enough. Let's go and see what that is over there.
Looking
Huh?
sculpture right there.
Okay.
That one. Did you show the lily pads?
Yeah, I showed the lily pads.
Okay.
All right. This is getting a little repetitive.
You know you love it.
We'll see you later. Who's recording who? This is from my friend Gabe. Look at how they pollarded all these trees in this park. They just strip them bare and then let them come back, and it looks terrible. Especially those ones over there. Terrible tree work. Just doesn't look good. I think this is a good place to end this tour here in Golden Gate Park on Memorial Day. The Star Spangled Banner. Lady Liberty, folks. Long may she wave. Let's see what it says. Francis Scott Key, author of the national song The Star Spangled Banner. This monument is erected by James Lick of San Francisco, California. I don't know what all this stuff around it is. We'll find out. So that statue right there was originally of Francis Scott Key, the writer for our national anthem. There was a statue of him inside of the arch there. And in 2020, during the whole George Floyd unrest over the summer, protesters toppled the statue because apparently he was a slave owner, but I still have mixed feelings, and I do not believe it's right to topple history as it stands. So that's what that all those little things all around the statue are symbolizing the first 350 slaves brought to the U.S. in the 1600s. But the statue has not been replaced because apparently they don't want to remember the reality of American history and they just want to erase it. I don't know. It doesn't seem right to me. But that kind of left a bitter taste in my mouth. You see all this history here, and people want to erase it and create a different narrative, which I disagree with. So we'll finish the video there. Trip to San Francisco, 2023 Memorial Day.